running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. Rodgers now on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Partner, are they going to cover him? That's 4 catches and the touchdown grab on that opening drive.
Well, what we're seeing so far, I believe, is their understanding that they want to go to him and often, but also they know they've got to move him around a little bit, get him into some different spots to continue to find open space to throw him the football. Otherwise, I just run 2 or 3 guys at him. They're doing a nice job of finding his way open, scheming him, as they like to say.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Newton now to throw. And Olsen over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart, 28 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 49 yards. On first down, Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. To throw is Rodgers. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Julius Peppers in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This will be caught by Nelson for a Packer touchdown. Jordy Nelson, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Crosby on now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. On first down, Newton. Being chased out left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Out of the gun, Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down following the incompletion. Throwing again. Newton, wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now Newton on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Vince Beagle coming in from his outside linebacker spot. He buries him for a loss of 10 or 11. To throw on second down is Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Third and long, it's Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They snap it to Newton. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. Rodgers now to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. That's complete, right around the 8. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Rodgers hands to Montgomery. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
On second down, here's Newton. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Newton. And an alley to run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Newton now on second down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football, and getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They are going to go for it. It's Newton. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. For the Green Bay Packers, they're coming off a 7-9 season as their offense makes their way back onto the field. But with that 7-9 season, Charles, I saw their string of 8 straight playoff appearances come to an end. It was just weird not to have Green Bay in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, you kept searching for them, didn't you? You kept looking down the list. When does Green Bay play in the playoffs? Because you're so used to it. But with the injury to Aaron Rodgers that knocked him out for so long, the offense really struggled. Finished 26th in the league in total offense. In a lot of ways, remarkable they finished 7-9.
Yeah, and Brett Hundley came in, tried to do his thing. I don't think it was much of an indictment on the play of Hundley, as it made me appreciate Aaron Rodgers more.
I think we all did, and I do believe that the head coach, Mike McCarthy, was trying to fashion offense and also take care of Brett Hundley in the beginning, and that made things easier for him.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cobb. Randall Cobb on the breakaway. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Newton on first down. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Fresh set of downs here.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Come on now. Hey, we got three down. 180. Come on now. Check it out.
From the gun, here's Newton. It's hauled in by Shepard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards through the air and a first down. A shotgun snap for Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now it's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. Interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Throwing is Rodgers. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the safety, Kurt Coleman. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Forced out to his left. They find some open field here. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
Here's Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kevin King with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. Now Rodgers. And Nelson's got him here right side. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The old connection, Rodgers to Nelson, getting Green Bay a first down. That connection with Jordy Nelson coming on the drag route.
Hard to believe that he was a walk-on.
Yeah, Kansas State.
It's so hard to believe that people missed entirely on him. But how about his ability to work and run any route you need? And that completion is evidence that it doesn't matter what you call, he's going to find a way to get open.
Walk on at Kansas State. Now the locker rooms are named after him there.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
The Packers on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Rodgers now on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Rodgers handing to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run with Montgomery. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Going to give this one to Montgomery. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
This offense so far on 3rd down, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2.
319.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Flush to his right. Taking a shot for Samuel. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They go play action here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Muscles him off. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Rodgers to throw once more. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. K1 short. Breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophy, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. After the run, Newton going to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Throwing is Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard, near the 48-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. They get 25 yards out of that one. And it'll be a Carolina first. Out of the gun, Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, Newton. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Newton to throw, and he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down. And here comes play number 6 on this string again. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw on second down is Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on first and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at third and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funchess from 17 yards out. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting.
Try to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And that will write a finish to this ball game.